Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Joseph Sadiq, or in a Nigerian accent, if you want to pronounce my name, is Joseph Shadikbe. If you cannot pronounce it, I forgive you. You can go with the first pronunciation. That's why I get everywhere I go. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Joseph Sadiq. So I'm okay with it. As long as you get the spelling right, I'm good. Anyway, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time watching me on this amazing thing called the YouTube. Welcome. Well, today we're going to be talking about Akon and all the controversy surrounding him. He has a lot of controversy surrounding him at the present moment. What really sparked me doing this video was I watched the gentleman's video, Go Black to Africa, and where he was talking about how he hasn't got his refund yet from Akon because he had put money into his cryptocurrency called Akon, and that actual currency, according to him, is not functional, and it feels like a lot of people have been scammed. There was also an article on BBC about it, but Akon and his team still maintains that everything is going well or something of that nature. And I also watch a few other content creators on YouTube speaking on it, and someone also mentioned about he wasn't a builder or he was a bad business person and all these other things. And obviously, me being very interested in the music industry, sort of from a business perspective, I just like to look on it. I've been always looking onto it since I was in my late teens. I just enjoy it. So I know a lot about Akon and his businesses in regards to the music industry, because it became a thing where there's a lot of things that have come up short with Akon at the present moment. First of all, he spoke about starting the Akon City. Nothing has come of that. He spoke about the Akon cryptocurrency. Nothing has come of that. And apparently, there was a time when it was said that it was lighting up Africa with solar energy. We haven't seen anything really extraordinary come out of that, but apart from whatever we were told, but there wasn't any sort of physical proof about the lighting of Africa situation. So I do not know what's going on there, because electricity is still a huge problem in Africa. So a lot of those things is done outside of the music industry has been absolutely horrendous. Nothing really to show for it. I heard he got $8 billion from a Chinese firm about a few years back, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, for the lighting of Africa. We still haven't seen anything tangible come out of it in terms of like a scale where it can light up multiple countries, because electricity is what it is in Africa at the moment. So a lot of the stuff that everyone has spoken about, and the gentleman that spoke about it, he told no lies in anything he said. He showed proof of all the things that, of the replies, the email reply that he got. I believe he put a couple of thousand in there, or maybe a single thousand or something of that nature. And there's other people as well that the BBC spoke to in regards to this cryptocurrency, and it's looking like a fraudulent situation at the present moment. He went on to Vlad TV, and I think he just kind of spoke generally about it, and it's not looking good. Let's just put it like that. It's not looking good for Akon at the moment, and his PR team are doing a terrible job, containing this, or maybe they're doing their best, because a lot of things he has nothing to show for. There was a picture of his so-called Akon City, or Akon City, and it's just a barren land with just nothing on it. Nothing has happened. So there's a lot of all of this stuff just happening everywhere, and it's a lot of yeah, it's not looking good, man. Yeah, it's not looking good. Um, but I wanted to speak on one gentleman. He was saying because Akon is a bad business person, that's why we shouldn't have trusted his celebrities and all of that stuff. But actually, that is not quite true. If you know what I mean, if you understand the business that Akon has been involved in the music industry. So obviously, he was signed to Steve Rick and Company, the legendary founder of Loud Records. You know, whoever knows about Loud Records knows about Loud Records. Um, After he got his first album that came out, he did extremely well. He started his own record label. He was the person that discovered T Pain. So he was saying, you know, I know anyone that's listened to Akon will always listen to his every beginning of his track. You always hear convict music, you know, and also you remember the legendary vocals he had on DJ Khaled and Lil Wayne and Taking Over, you know, that incredible track. So he's had enormous success. So we shouldn't say he's no builder. He was the person because obviously there was a time he got his other because he signed Akon to Convict Music Sony. Then he finally found a label home with the legendary Jimmy Iovine of Interscope Records. If you know Jimmy Iovine, he was the same guy that gave Dr. Dre and Suge Knight that amazing deal for Death Row Records and helped Dr. Dre get out of that contract with Ruthless Records with Eazy-E. Um, so you know he's legendary. He's also the guy that is behind you know he's Interscope Records. Also, is the parent company of Dre's Aftermath Records, Eminem's Shady Records, and obviously the G Unit. You know that you know that those are. I don't even need to say anymore. Those are big companies. You know what I mean in terms of the music industry. I mean big records, big artists. I mean single album going. They have multiple 10 million records sold albums. Do you know what I mean? And you also, you know, and you also know about Detro. So he's a real legendary man. He got his label deal with obviously Jimmy Iovine, who also was a co-founder of Beats by Dre with Dr. Dre. And I think within the minutes, they were about to release an artist that they didn't know what to do with. And Akon, when he was finalizing his deal, randomly met Lady Gaga in the offices. He goes back to Jimmy Iovine and says, "I want this artist." And Jimmy Iovine said, "Well, we're about to release her, but if you want to put it on your books, then that's fine." So he signs Lady Gaga, and we already know what the rest. You know, the rest of the story is the rest of the story. So we do know he has some sort of business sense, because I mean, you're talking about Lady Gaga being one. She's like 20th century, one of the biggest artists to ever do it. Let's just be 100%. Obviously, he sold his interest in Lady Gaga. I believe it was for 20 million to Interscope a few years ago. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but that was the rumor in the industry. And obviously, T-Pain is no longer signed to Convict Music as well. So he had French Montana for a time, but obviously French Montana decided to go with Bad Boy Records. So he's had some amazing business sense in terms of signing artists, and he started obviously the Convict Clothing that didn't do very well, but you know he's also a producer, music producer. You know his production, he had a production company as well that that produced a lot of hits. I mean, also don't forget the Jamaican artist that he signed. What's his name? He was that was on the same track with him on Dangerous. Uh, I don't know what happened to him. That deal fell through at some point. Um, but yeah, Cardinal Official. I think that's his name is Cardinal Official. Yeah. So he's had some success in the music industry, as I've just explained. He's had some sort of business sense, but it seems like everything he's done outside of the music has just been actually flawed. But now this is a problem now because when your business didn't work and you're refusing to pay those people back, now that's a problem. That's a problem. I really don't understand what his thinking is. You know, if those people don't want to be in the business, refund the people their money. Like, what's the point of, still trying to go on with this company when it's not working? You haven't made anything work, and you haven't refunded the people that wanted their money back. You know, and that gentleman that go back to Africa, he has every reason why he should call Akon Akon. That's what exactly what his video is. I think you should go check it out yourself. Um, but that's the situation now. I think a lot of things have been exposed in the music industry. There's a lot of in the entertainment music industry anyway. A lot of smoke and mirrors. Um, a lot of scams have been exposed over the year or two that's been happening now among celebrities and stuff. So it's really sad for me because I I I have a lot of respect. I listen to his music, like that Freedom album. I mean, that's a banger. Mama Africa is still a song I listen to this day. And that man got hits. I mean, I can go through it. Sorry, sorry, blame it on me. Don't matter. Locked up. Soul Survivor, that hood classic. I'm so paid. I mean, this man has over 6 billion views, minus all his features. Lonely. It's almost on a billion views already. Like the man's got bangers, but it's just I just don't understand why he got himself involved in all of this stuff and where he can't pay the people back their money. I mean, fair enough, you've not collected money for your Akon City, so that didn't work. But to hold on to people's money, I think is very scamming. Do you know what I mean? So the question on the thumbnail was: Is Akon a scam? As long as he hasn't paid those people their money, excuse me, I would have to say yes. You just have to pay those people their money, man. I mean, you just have to. You know what I mean? Don't take people's money and just decide to. I think it's a thing going on in the entertainment industry now. I think the universe just decided to just let us see what's going on, and it's just a lot of smoky mirrors, just a lot of things just happening that is not right. A lot of business practices and ways that people get money off other people is just not right. I believe if I were him or if I were on his team, I would say pay every single person their money back because this thing is becoming a stain on his legacy. I mean, this is a man that created amazing albums. I mean, I'm just looking for his albums right now. I mean, why would you even allow that to taint your reputation? This stuff over here, like it really doesn't make any sense. Like all of the stuff that he's got himself involved in. You got Freedom, you got Convicted. You got. I mean, the man got albums, man. I mean, it's just sad the whole thing that's happening. How he's not been able to contain all of this nonsense and just give people their money back. So my question was, what happened to the smart business person that signed Lady Gaga, that saw the vision? Even Interscope, as successful as they are, did not see the vision of Lady Gaga. They were about to drop her as an artist. But it was Akon. I thought, nah, I can do something with that. He put her on the label, Convict Records with Upfront. I think that was his management. Um, and she just took off, man. She just, what happened to that man that saw that vision, that was able to make that happen? What happened to that business sense? Is his business sense only singularly focused? Is music focused? Is that where his strengths lie? Because we're seeing now, like, in all of these other projects, we haven't seen anything tangible come out of it outside of the music industry. His clothing line didn't work. All of these other things that he's done. But he was also the person that saw the vision in T-Pain. And we know how influential T-Pain is in the music industry in terms of artists now. Even the rappers now are doing the same things that he started. With the voice thing. You know, whatever that thing is called. With the influential. He's signed influential artists. He's had the vision and he's signed influential artists. How come that business sense cannot be translated into what things that he's been doing? It's a mind boggler for me because I've always looked at his business practices and how he's handled his business in the music industry as exceptional, um, for his vision, his craft, his developing of artists, um, positioning of them. Or maybe he had a lot of help with Interscope marketing team. That could be, that's a valid point. And with T Pain, it's a valid point. I mean, his label was, kind of like on a 50 venture with Interscope and also with T Pain with Sony Records. Um, I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't even explain to you. But my question is, if he's that smart, having the vision to do all of that, why is it not transferable? Because there's a lot of people that has been able to transfer their skills from the music into other things. Case in point, Sean Combs. He was able to transfer everything he learned for the music. He did Sean John. He did, the Leon vodka. I mean, Ciroc vodka, and a few other businesses, the marketing firm, and all the other businesses he's had through the years, and even Bad Boy TV and reality shows and all of that stuff. And you see Jay-Z as well, how he's sort of used that music business sense and translated it into multiple other streams of income, where he went into Rockaware with Dame Dash and obviously, Korean Biggs, and they also went into vodka, they went into he's gone into champagne, he's gone into whiskey and all these sort of things. Even now he's in Silicon Valley with Marcy Partners, doing big things over there. It just seems like Akon has been unable to transfer his skills transfer that business sense that signed Lady Gaga into having a business sense to make successful all these other projects outside of the entertainment business. Or maybe his music, what he was going into, was a bit too far off the entertainment business, because you could argue clothing and drinks and is all sort of part of hip hop as a culture, what we drink, what we wear. So I think he's not veered away. But I mean, Jay-Z has made success out of being Marcy Partners, his investment in Uber early, and those are things outside of the business, outside of the entertainment industry, and all the things that is contained within it. So his inability to transfer those skills is killing him right now, and a lack of accountability as a business person is killing him as well. And yeah, it's not looking good. So is Akon a scammer? His life, well, with the crypto Akon, yes. Until he pays up those people, he has to be a scammer. There's no other way to look at it. There's no other way to say it. Even though as a fan I'm speaking, he has to pay those people. There's no other way around it. You don't get to keep people's money and just not give it to them because you're a celebrity. Like that's terrible. That's bad business, and it's something that's actually staining his reputation. So, so yeah. Because of Akon, yes, it is, and is sort of no accountability towards the Akon City is also a bad business move. So, well, we've never known that he's a scammer, but now he's showing that those moves are very, very scam orientated, or he just don't give a fuck. I don't know. I really don't know why. People are already. You have the BBC writing about it. You have content creators like Go Black to Africa making videos about it. All these other people making videos about it. I'm making videos about it. Surely at some point you're gonna have to say, yo, let's collect all the money and find every person and pay them back the money, because right now he's looking like a scammer. He's, you know, yeah, he's looking like a scammer now. So it's bad. It's bad. Doesn't look good. So anyway, I thought I'd give my own 2 cents onto the whole situation with Akon. He should have done better. I hope he pays those people back. I hope that no one has to make another video about it saying they haven't paid them. I think we should be hearing, what we should be hearing is him paying them back, because he's already staining his legacy, and that's a legacy that he worked very hard on from the early 2000s. So, you know, to be stupid for him not to pay those people back. But if he chooses not to, he thinks he's a celebrity, he doesn't feel like he's accountable to anyone, then no one will do business with you. You're already extending your legacy as it is. And you've done other businesses before, just that you've just not done well with going outside of the music industry to handle your business. So, yeah, it's bad, man. Terrible, terrible, terrible shit. And he's not the only celebrity being called out. You know, there's a lot of them getting called out right now, you know, so yeah, quite disappointing that I'm making this video, but it is what it is. But thank you guys for watching. Please leave a comment, share, subscribe, like the video. Yeah, I'll catch you in the next video, man. I've been and always will be Joseph City. Peace and love.